So, right, that's us going live in any minute now, like, so.
My daughter's working in the garage and she's just asked us.
I know.
What's going on?
Right, it should be in Daniel Renton page. That should be me live. That should be me like live now. That should be us live now. So I'm here tonight with Billy and Lesley. We have just recently completed the Momentum NRG transformation program. So I'm just going to quickly double check that we're live online tonight, just to make sure that everybody's here. We are live. Just bear with me. So I'm just going to check on my phone, so we can just have a wee blether. We're live though, so
okay.
Billy and Lesley, you better wave to your fans and everything. Like, you know, you've got thousands of them. You know, it's like the royal couple. Like, wait the now. So everybody's actually not watching EastEnders tonight, so they can tune into this. It's like, you know, the whole nation.
I think we're missing much with EastEnders.
Oh, brilliant! Let's see. No, we're definitely.
Daniel, just your laugh will be better entertainment anyway.
Well, we've got about 17 folk on a day. I use my technical assistant for this, Lewis, but he just comes upstairs and then he buggers off. Like, bear with me. I am going to get it because I just want to tag you in, Billy, just so that we've got your pals involved as well.
All right.
Let's have a look, and then we'll get started. That's fine. We can keep them hanging.
Suspense.
Keep them in the suspenders, aye.
Suspenders, aye. Right, I think we'll just go live on this page, and we can. I can always. What I'll do is I can share it on your page, Billy, for anybody that wants to catch up on it later. I'll figure out how to tag it in later. So let's just get on with the show. So, firstly, I'm delighted to welcome Billy and Lesley. We've just completed the transformation program with Momentum NRG Fitness online. So tell me, guys, Billy, maybe you want to go first. What were you struggling with before coming on board the program?
Mate, where did I start with that? Jeez, oh. Listen, I was out of breath just bending down to try and tie my laces, mate. I was just so unfit, was just unreal, mate.
Felt like my heart attack, mate.
Aye, I just a couple of things we went to, and outfits. I mean, I had to shop online because I couldn't go into a normal shop, you know. I had to shop online and get extra size clothes and that. Just terrible. Just a terrible feeling, and for my health as well. It's just so it's been amazing. I feel absolutely amazing.
Brilliant. So I just kind of want to go back into that kind of talking about, like, it sounds like you were hit with a bit of confidence, that you were having to buy these clothes online, and, you know, like when we first kind of had that initial conversation on the phone, it was quite a kind of low ebb for you. So talk about your body image and how it made you feel.
Oh, it was just you didn't know what to go to night shoot. You didn't know what to. Like I was at a wedding, it was especially. I remember buying a suit, £100 suit, and it's like I looked terrible in it. Absolutely terrible in it. It was just.
That was his trousers.
I was just the trousers, Leslie says. But it was absolutely. I just felt so bad, and unfortunately, Leslie's mum passed away in April there, and I couldn't get into a black suit.
Wow.
And I was just as soon as I managed to get into it, and as soon as we came back, obviously because of the lockdown, it was just straight back to the house anyway. I went straight up the stairs and got into comfies,
Wow.
A pair of shorts, and that was at her mum's funeral, which was in April.
Wow.
And it was just a terrible feeling, mate.
Wow, that must have been pretty tough for you, Billy, to not be able to fit into a suit, you know, and for such a poignant event, I suppose, as well, you know. So how long had you been struggling with this for then, Billy? How long had this been going on for?
I think it's, well, I would say it's went downhill for about my 50th, mate.
Because you were in good.
I was doing all right. I was going to the Be Positive, as you can, Bob Bailey's classes, and I was doing all right at them.
But then you turned well.
And then I turned well. I had to get an operation, things like that. But and then it was just concentrating on the business, or everything was just. It was nothing to do. I wasn't. It was just like I need to do this. I need to work. I need to work. I need to work. I need to work. And then, so I would say probably after 4 years now.
So you've been struggling. You tried the classes, and your work came in the way. You had the business. What else had you tried to kind of fix it? Then what other things had you tried to fix this?
That was it. I mean, apart from going to Bob's classes before my operation, apart from going to them, I've nothing.
So do you think that maybe held you back from maybe going back to like the classes and doing that kind of style of workout? So I've got arthritis. I've got a bad injury in my right ankle, and so we've just been before we joined the plan. Me and Lesley were just doing some light walking, like just doing the Port Streeting, along Nidri, things like that, and then up to Trinent, Musselburgh, Levenhall, things like that, Ken. But I was totally knackered, absolutely knackered. Wow.
And that was just us. I like general walk, just.
So what was different about this then, Billy, for you? What was different about this approach in terms of this plan and how it changed your life?
Truthfully, I've seen 2 or 3 of your videos.
Success stories.
This live chat, Jens, and I ken 2 or 3 of them that had done it. And I said to my wife, I says,
your transformation pictures.
And I said to Lesley, I says, I'm going to contact you. And obviously, as everybody does, what does it cost? And we've already had this discussion.
Can't you put a price on your health?
As you said,
you're 100% right.
For that, literally just over 3 months. We've just been doing this with you for 2 weeks over 3 months. So 3.5 months we've been doing it with you. And the change, the way we both feel. I mean, I would have paid double, treble.
Wow.
And I'm not joking. I just knew your successes, and you obviously and what.
Yeah.
Just don't mention
I think the biggest thing about this plan is that I give you the tools and the skills, so now you're ready to kind of be able to do this on your own. I think that's the difference, is what this program's about, as opposed to we're not going to be training each other forever. You've got the tools and the skills now. You've got the benchmark. You know how it can. You've already lost 4 pound, Billy, since coming off the program.
Yeah.
As you always keep saying, it's not a diet. It's a transformation.
Absolutely.
So it's just a lifestyle change now. That's the way it's going to be.
And to be fair, I mean, I think I have one of the worst jobs for like eating wise.
Yeah.
It's like But before it was like Greg's the Bakers, Baines the Bakers.
But that was laziness.
The filling station. No, but you're at your work till 6 o'clock.
Okay. You can make a
sandwich.
It was laziness as well.
It was just
convenience.
I was in McCurdy's today, and I was having a blather with the boy at McCurdy's, and I was saying to him, like, you apparently you were doing yesterday, is that right?
No, it was last week.
No, yesterday. Friday.
I've just got to get my bit in there I've just got to get my bit in there for McCurdy's the Butchers. You know how great it is,
Yeah, free advert.
Well, I'm telling you now, you must have shares in that place. It's unbelievable. But to be fair, I mean, the food we're eating now is outstanding.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's all about preparing.
Yep.
It's all about
being organised.
So on a Monday, we organise what we're having for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The weekend takes care of itself. We sometimes go for a meal, a walk. We've been walking to Musselburgh and having a bar lunch up there.
Brilliant.
We've walked to Port Streeton into the Sea
Oh,
Glass.
it's nice to have a barbecue.
And we have grilled chicken on the barbecue and things. Again, it's
So
amazing.
see with the nutrition, I was chatting to the boys in the trip because we were talking about this taxi drivers today and like with your job and that, like because I think Colin said they seen your post on the Facebook. He said they liked it, and the point I was wanting to bring up there was that we were talking about Greg's the bakers. In fact, I was having this conversation with the butcher actually, Richie, and we were talking about like the meat inside the sausage rolls is fake. It's got additives and flavourings in it. So of course it's going to taste good, but it's not got any goodness in it. It's not really got anything that's you've got to switch from eating fake food to actually eating real food.
Yeah.
So what's been different then about the nutrition then? What's been different for you about that then? What's been the difference then?
Everything, mate. I mean,
like what do you mean?
Just the meals that Lesley she's preparing the full meal now. Before it was like, we're both just in it maybe 6 o'clock at night, so it's a case of what caviar's cooking tonight. Let's just get a Chinese. Let's just a grilled something for the chip shop, get the grilled chicken thing.
Or he would be skipping breakfasts, no eating breakfasts.
I mean, obviously this is for the folk that's all listening and watching. I never had a breakfast. Even when I was before the taxis, I was always, when I was working at Fine Papers, a company I worked for years and years and years ago, it was a hot roll for or maybe even a burger van came one of the snack bars.
Yeah.
It'd be a hot roll for that, a sausage roll or a bacon roll or whatever. I would never have now I'm having a breakfast. Like you say, the 5 eating points, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Probably eating more now than...
Aye, I mean, I'm eating more, but it's all good nosh, again, it's cracking.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously you know that I go on and I'll keep whapping on. In fact, to be honest with you, I would say 90 to 100% is nutrition.
Well, for us, it's no been. We've been doing a lot of. To be fair, I would say 20%'s been the plan, the exercise, and that. I would say.
I like how you've changed the plan, Billy. I like how you've changed it, mate. Well done.
In 12 weeks.
12 weeks, aye.
Listen,
you've only been doing it for years.
How many folks watching? This will be. How many folks watching, but anyway, I mean, it's
80% nutrition. Right? No, you're right. From your perspective, you've put the exercise in as well. You've been walking regularly. I get that, and I'm not going to say that's no important because that's my third pillar, and I want to talk about the pillars. So, like, let's go back. Let's put a pause on this just now, and we'll go back to pillar number 1, which is your measurements, your progress pictures, your weekly weigh-ins, just so that people are watching it get to know how this program works. Because somebody actually was messaging me just before this. I think maybe one of your pals actually, Billy. And he was asking me, like, what is the program? What is it? What service do I provide? That's what he asked me. So I said, watch this video because we're going to talk through what service I provide, and it's a daily service where I support you every day for 12 weeks.
I'll never forget it. Your first, we're about our third day or something, and I had a packet of Ringos. Oh, crisps. How much sugars are in them? Oh, in fact, the very first, your video call with me. What's in your fridge? Go through and let me see what's in your fridge. So Lesley's like opening the fridge, quite the thing, thinking, oh, it's all yogurts and things that's unhealthy in there and that. Oh, go and see that yogurt. How much sugars is in this yogurt?
It's educated us.
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, right for that day, it was interesting because I had a client call exactly the same. It was her first week on the programme. I had her very first call. I says, go and do me a favour. She said she had yogurt. It was her first day on the programme. Go and get me your yogurt out the fridge. She had yogurt and muesli. So she went away and got her yogurt. It had 13 grams of sugar in it. Her muesli had 20 grams. I said, that's 33 grams of sugar. That's your daily intake according to the NHS website right now.
On two things.
And on two things. And the yogurt had all these additives, flavourings. It had stuff that makes it taste good. So we keep coming back and purchasing it all the time. So for me, it's about going more natural. And naturally, as you know, that I prefer the full fat yogurt with as less sugar as possible. So yeah, let's go back to that pillar number 1. So pillar number 1 was the weekly measurements and the weekly weigh-ins and keeping you accountable on a weekly basis and the progress pictures as well. Because Billy, obviously you shared yours, you were quite happy. Lesley, I thought your pictures were brilliant. What a transformation. You shared some with me. Yeah, I know you were quite reluctant for that. But wow, what a difference the progress pictures were making because you were doing
we've not done a new one for me, because I've lost 4 or 5 pounds since that.
Yeah, I will do it. I've got my progress pictures. I've been taking them. I just didn't want to show them.
That's fine. That's cool.
I have been taking them.
That's cool. So pillar.
I'm still embarrassed. That's the truth.
Yep.
And so you've seen the comments.
But listen, like I've been doing this for years, and I've got clients exactly the same, Lesley. So understand it's no a big deal. Like not everybody wants to share. We're going to have a conversation in a second after we've kind of Billy's had his time, and we'll chat about your struggles and stuff as well. But you're right. Not all my clients want to share, and I'm going to make that quite clear in this video that not everybody wants to do it. It's personal. It's private. It's your transformation.
Yeah.
Your plan was separate to Billy's. You weren't eating everything he was eating. You could eat different stuff. The plan's tailored individually. It's not a generic, like, no, everybody's eating what Billy's eating. I mean, they're not eating I didn't really see anybody else that putting Ringos on their their food diaries.
No. Listen, I'm not eating real crisps now.
Although, by the way, I did buy a packet the other day, by the way, not a word of a lie.
Ringos? You're kidding me. Brilliant.
So the nutrition, pillar number 2 was the 5 eating points.
Correct.
And that is key. That is key to losing weight. And I think everybody needs to know this that's watching this today. We're going to give away some value in terms of...
I know, you're giving the tricks away.
I don't mind. I don't mind that, but you had to submit it to me every day when it was getting...
The thing is... Oh, sorry.
No, carry on, Billy, on you go.
No, the thing is this year, there's things away, your wee secrets away, but it's you need you. For us personally, we needed you there to make sure that we stayed on track.
Yeah.
Especially the first 2 months. I would say the 3rd month we were about 90%. We weren't 100% in yet, but the first 2 months we did everything. We done everything you said practically. And and you're right, the 5 eating points, which I never had. I've never had that. Never once have I had that. A breakfast, a light snack, a lunch, an early light snack about 2-ish,
tea time,
and then a full tea at about 6 o'clock,
and then nothing after that.
And then nothing after that. Tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind giving away stuff for free because it's like, for me, value is I want to help as many people as possible as I can. And you're right, it's not the same as getting the daily accountability, Billy. So I'm not giving that away for free,
Well,
But what
You're
what
right. You're
I
right.
talk about the 5-point eating plan all the time live on my page. I've done loads of videos on it, and the reason for the 5 eating points is to keep your sugar levels balanced throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that you're not having any highs or lows, so you're not producing any insulin. Well, not as much insulin, which is a fat storing hormone, and you're not producing the stress hormone. I think what diets tend not to address is like other issues like hormones, and you can starve yourself. Like I could have said to you, Billy, right, I want you eating, like, this is what I want you eating for the next 3 months, and you have to eat exactly what I say.
He wouldn't be doing it now.
No,
I'd be saying, Daniel, can I get my money back?
Absolutely, of course you would, because it's not sustainable. So what I've done is educated you on how to actually do it properly by giving you the right nutritional information. It's almost like I was actually going to put, because your daughter posted a nice, lovely post about you last night, and I was going to say, like, the saying where you give a man a fish, you can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, or you can teach him how to fish and it can eat for the rest of his life.
For his life, aye.
You know, and that's what I'm on a mission to help coach people and help them to discover that you don't have to do a fad diet, but nutrition's really important. And you could do, like, you can't outrun a bad diet. You can, Billy, you can be running.
You've said it yourself. You've said it to us repeatedly. You've said it to us, especially when Lesley was going on about this and about that, and you kept on saying that. Look, Lesley, it's a healthy eating plan. It's you're changing your lifestyle. You're no on a diet.
Yep.
And it's right, because as you said, are we going to be on, if we were on a diet, are we going to sustain that diet for the rest of your life?
Or count calories for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's weighing your stuff, because I know people that actually weigh their stuff.
Yeah.
And all that. So that wasn't for us. No chance.
It's a lot easier than that.
Yeah, it is a lot easier.
Of course it is.
It's funny you say that, because I hear folks saying that all the time coming out my inbox. Like they'll be on like shakes or whatever, or they're on. This is the 10th time they're on Slimming World, and I'm like, well, you know, why do you keep doing something that's not working? It logically doesn't make sense to me. Are you thinking this through? You know, you're repeating the same mistakes again and again and again and again. And I think with Lesley, I think you were stuck in that mindset of
all these different diets, and it has to be low fat, and it has to be low fat, low calorie, low taste, good, everything. It's hard to get out of that mindset. But
yeah. So I'm just going to dive into it, because I think we're going to bore folk with the 4 pillars. Like, you know, I've got a video on this page. It's all about the 4 pillars. It's about 3 or 4 posts down for this one today. So watch the 4 pillar video, and I've got one on the 5-point eating plan. You can watch the 5-point eating plan, and you can learn all about how to eat healthily quite quickly. So Lesley, what were you struggling with?
I've struggled with my weight all my life, I think. Before even having the kids, so I can't even use them as an excuse. I've always kind of struggled, as I say, with diet after diet. I've tried every probably diet you can imagine, like Weight Watchers, Slimming World, Scottish Slimmers, Herbalife, Slim Fat, you name it, we've tried it. Again, when I was going to boot camp with Billy as well, where I did lose a bit of weight and stuff, but when he stopped, I've got an injury. I had to go to physio for my hip, and I never really got back into the running and that after that, because I did the 10K. I wasn't at that, but then steadily the weights just crept back on, and then I lost my dad and I lost my mum. So, and for then it was just like my weight just what would you call it? Just bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so I was like, no, this has to stop. I mean, that picture I actually posted to me yesterday. I was like, oh, why does nobody tell me I was that bad? Because I didn't look in the mirror. Yeah. I was too embarrassed to look in the mirror. So
wow. So it'd been a bit of a struggle for you as well. Then it sounds like you've been struggling for longer than Billy, by the sound of things. You know, it sounds like you've been. So you talked about like trying different stuff. You've tried all these diets, and You know, listen, I'm not going to knock into anything like I've got
because it
clients
worked
on
to
this.
start with. Mhm.
Yeah, I've got clients on this program that do go to classes. They go to. I've got clients actually on. I've got one lady on this program that sees a personal trainer twice per week. Because they're like this. I'm going to get this out here to clarify what it is I do. Comparison to a personal trainer. A personal trainer puts you through your paces, which I would say 10% of the results, Billy, no 20%. You know, whereas what an online coach does is an online coach gets you the results, and it's a educational program for 12 weeks. Here's the package. This is how to fix the problems that you've got. This is how to start your journey, and this is what you can do for the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
Well, obviously it does, right?
Yeah, and you could have done other things. You know, if you, I've got a client that does like 5 classes a week, but she submits her food to me every day, and I design a couple of specific programs individually personalised for her as well that she does alongside her. She does boot camp. She does a boot camp on a Saturday. I know she told me she does boot camp. It's in her plan. I actually schedule it in for her.
So it works hand in hand.
I plan it into her planner. I just thought I'd get that out there. So Lesley, you've been struggling for. So what was different about this then? What was different about this for you?
It was good that we were both doing it together. That helped definitely.
Oh, I forgot to say that.
Yeah, it helps that we both did it together, so we both encourage each other. If there was one day we couldn't be bothered doing our exercises or something, and it's like, come on, let's do it, or vice versa. We pretty much do eat the same stuff. So when I'm making whatever it is I'm making, we both have it normally. I just have a smaller portion than what he does. And that's really helped that the two. And again, it was just because we knew we had to do something for our health, but we're just going to get bigger and bigger, and it just. No, I think the family even were a bit scared for us. So.
Wow! Listen, I love what you've just said there, because it really is something that I want to talk about, and you've just brought up the right opportunity to talk about that. Is it working together?
I definitely. I forgot to mention that actually.
Yeah, you know, I'm working with quite a few couples on this program, and I've transformed it, and I'm transforming it. I'm going to maybe put myself out as the couple specialist, like, you know. None of that, guys. Behave yourselves, We're on live here.
But no, it's. I'd recommend it for a couple to do and encourage each other.
I mean, that's it. I mean, most mornings when I was, especially when we started the running, like, I couldn't get her out of bed. It was a nightmare.
I have 7.
Absolute nightmare. I was like, no, come on, you're getting having to get her, grab her out of the bed and that.
Even in the rain.
I'm going to say I'm like that with my wife, but I better watch because she's down the stairs. She might even be watching actually. Probably she doesn't. She tends not to watch my live videos, to be honest with you. So I'd be surprised if she's watching this one. Like, but she can hear me from downstairs. I'm in the attic. She can hear me anyway.
I can hear you.
I get you, Billy. But no. But on a serious point, I train with my wife, and it does make a difference. It's like, you know, we work together, we train together, and I think there's opportunities in that, because I do feel that like if I work, say, like I work with women and men, right? And sometimes what will happen is like I'm working with a guy just now, right? And his wife's cooking all these cakes and everything.
Oh,
so it's like it's and vice versa. So like doing it together, not only a couple, but this is a ripple effect on your family as well. It's not just
they've seen a massive difference in my attitude.
My
energy levels are a lot higher. I'm a lot happier.
I stopped snoring.
I've stopped snoring, seemingly.
Wow. Our daughter actually says that. Neither of you snore anymore. I'm like, wow. That's
wow. So I think working together is definitely like there's a recipe in this. There's no doubt about it. The couples training is doing it together, because it makes it easier, because you're in the same household. It's like I mean, how many, you've just said it yourself, Lesley, how many diets have you done where you've been, and then you've probably been eating your own wee thing, Lesley, and Billy's been eating his thing, rather than actually just all eating the same food.
Aye. And Lesley, to be fair, Lesley's food was normally quite good, the salad stuff, and she'll take her snacks to work and everything like that, or breakfast and that to work, lunch to work. Whereas I'm going into Greg's, or I'm going into Baines, or I'm going into
convenient
a
food.
convenient crap, eating crap.
Yeah, I'm getting quite a few messages, like, you know, you're inspiring a lot of people, you know, and I'm going to have a look through these messages in a second.
I can't recommend it enough, honestly.
If anybody's got any questions they might want to ask, they can jump in at the end, and we can do a quick live kind of question and answer time. But Lesley, yeah, it sounded like you've struggled with this all your life. So, what was different then about what was different about this for you? Apart from, you mentioned obviously working together has been I think we've really that, like, you know,
it's easy. It's easy. The five eating points. You're not saying to us, like, you can't have pizza. If you wanted pizza, you can still have it. You know, nothing's actually out of bounds, if you like. I'm not really a chocolate person or that anyway, so as folk can, who's the spoon of chocolate now? With Ashley's business, but
again, I've seen pictures of them.
The chocolate doesn't bother me, but we had no alcohol at the beginning of this stuff, but we're starting to introduce that a wee bit more now. But there's no that anything's taboo. You're not you're not wanting that. You're not allowed that. So I think that was quite a major point, because it's been easy to stick to.
Easy to stick to, and I like what you've just said there, because I can talk about that as well, as non-restrictive. And Billy, you mentioned it earlier on, 80-20, and I would probably say in terms of nutrition, if you can be 80, maybe 85 to 90% good, then you can still have 10% of what you want, and therefore it's more likely to last forever, rather than going on a diet and saying, right,
no, like that.
For 12 weeks, I'm
You're not allowed this.
I'm not having this. I'm having no carbohydrates. I'm going to starve myself, and I'm going to lose the weight, because what will happen is you're 4 weeks in and all you want is carbohydrates. You'll go on a binge and you'll be off it before you know it, and then you're back to the yo-yo cycling that you were stuck in, Lesley.
You kind of say that at the beginning, the way we're like, right, this 12 weeks, we're not doing this and we're not doing that, and we're like, but you're saying, no, that's not the case, because it's a lifestyle change. You're going to do it for the rest of your life. So
yeah, I mean, I just had
that. Getting my mind again. My mindset.
I know I've got another couple on this program just now, and they were messaging me about, they were on holiday and they were out with their friends, and I'm like, well, you know, what do you do when you go on holiday? And like, I've just been on holiday, and I tell you what, I had some alcohol. I enjoyed alcohol, but I was eating quite, like, the choices I was making were still better. So I was going for like fish with vegetables. But if I wanted a steak and chips, I'd have a steak and chips.
It's a big sensible choices, eh?
Absolutely.
And like you said to us, there is a time, it's all about the size, the portion size.
Yep.
And if you really watch what your portion size is, you shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah. And exercise is important as well. You know, I mean, I exercise daily, really. You've got to move daily, you know. And like I say, I was just on holiday. I was swimming. I was swimming for an hour every day, and then I was walking every day. And walking. It doesn't have to be intense exercise, is what I'm trying to say, to get the results. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to go hell for leather, because sometimes I think when people go too hard, you're then creating more stress, which then releases more stress hormones, which then creates more fat. So you're not getting to where you want to be as well. So
you used to get stressed.
I used to get stressed if I wasn't going up for a run now. Obviously. But
then you spoke to him and said that that's not helping you, because so it's again changing your mindset, changing the way you think.
Yeah. So now we've got a good friend of mine, Gisky. There's an exercise bike. Yours is Goose. So Gisky's an exercise bike, and so I've been on that the last 2 days.
Brilliant.
And you're on my phone, or I would have showed you the picture they've made today.
No, you don't want to see that picture.
Aye. the people that's watching this wants to see that picture. In fact, Ash is going on her phone.
You can post it in. You can post it into this video. This video stream, you can post it into the video stream. I'll share it with you anyway on your, or you can share it on your page anyway. So let's talk about the exercise then. So in terms of the machine, absolutely.
That was sweat.
You've just been pouring water on yourself, Billy. Didn't kid yourself.
That was an hour.
An hour on the bike.
An hour on the bike.
I've got Mark Samuel here. I see his response to that. I've never really met this guy before, but I know he does loads of running because I do
That's Billy's brother.
Was that you're joking me? You're
That's
joking
his
me?
brother.
Honestly, wow, that guy's a legend.
He's my half brother.
Well, you know what?
He stays down in Black. He stays down in Blackpool.
I don't know how we got friends on Facebook, but we've been friends for a few years because I do the Iron Man and stuff, and he does the running. Like I've seen him comment on mine, and I've commented on some of his posts and stuff like that. So I definitely, Mark, let's get him doing a marathon. Slow and steady wins the race. Let's do it.
I'm not talking about a marathon, but I've spoke to Lesley about walking the West Highland Way.
Great, brilliant, fantastic.
I want to do that.
And that's something you could possibly do together as well.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, me and Jennifer started running together and stuff like that. We done a 10K for the first time. We were due to do a half marathon this year, but obviously that was in Paris, so that's been cancelled. So, I kind of just got sidetracked there. So, let's talk about the results then.
Right, Billy lost 24 inches off everywhere, and I was 15.5 inches in total in the 12 weeks. Wow.
And
I think you can see it in my first picture, my very first morning. Then obviously that was 2 weeks ago. The last thing you've got, but it's just like
everything's just shrunk.
I can actually, because they all saying it, you can't even see your
toenails.
Your toenails. Your toenails. But I was out of breath just trying to tie my laces, mate.
Wow.
So the inches, as you mentioned the pounds, but the inches as well is a huge difference. It's not all about what it says on the scales, as you say. It's absolutely. Your BMI, it's your body fat, it's your...
My BMI's came down about 7.
I've not got
Is it no? Have you not got the stats here for the BMI?
I can maybe find them. I
think you were about came down about 3 points or something. 3.
Wow.
No, it's not that.
Oh, because you were at 41.
It came down 4.5.
Wow. I can maybe try and find the results if I can.
So it isn't just all about the weight, it's the inches, the BMI, the body fat, and the muscle mass, building up muscle.
Aye, and before I forget, I got into the jeans that I wore at my 50th.
Right, I'm going to share this. I'm listening. You still there?
Aye.
I'm going to share the screen here now.
Oh, no.
I think if you've got it's got your BMI on it or whatever. It's got your lean body.
It might not have. I don't know. Look at that. Yeah.
Well, you can see the drop in the weight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've updated it though, Billy, since the 10th of August. So that needs to be updated, Billy.
He was bad for that, wasn't he?
Come on, get him on a break, eh?
They're bad people.
But you were, to be fair, you were again. The way I work with clients is that you were updating it to me weekly anyway via WhatsApp. You were telling me every week what your stats were. We had that conversation on a Wednesday when we had our weekly FaceTime because we met every week for 12 weeks. Every day you were sending me messages. I was responding back every day on your case, going, how's it going? What's happening? How's the nutrition? Giving you feedback, making sure you're sticking to the training plan.
Yep.
So
that's still here.
That's what they're about.
Brilliant, fantastic. I mean, journaling's key. You know, I've been journaling for years. You've got to train progressively and keep a record of what you're doing. Because how do you know where you're going if you didn't have a plan? That's the biggest mistake people are making right now. Is they're hoping for the best. I'll lose weight this week because I'm going to start walking and that's it, and not have any other plan.
It's true what you said, because after the phone call, I wasn't expecting the video chat we had. I wasn't expecting to say, right, let's start the day. Ken, I was like,
put it off, eh?
What you know what is starting right now, like? I just wasn't expecting that, because normally it would be like, right, we'll start it on Monday, and then and all that kind of.
Tomorrow
But
night comes.
as you've said in loads of posts, the morning doesn't come.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. Is folk just go off it, you know, and they never make the decision. They just stay in their comfort zones and never change. You know, nothing gets better. They stay stuck forever.
Right.
Sorry. This was a bit of your plan here. So, like, you know, I think this is one of your plans that we've done. It was like we started off, if we go back to like week 1, you were doing 10 reps. Everything was light to begin with. And then the next again week, I think we then up the reps to 15 reps. And then the next again week, we upped them again to 20 reps. And then again, it went up to 20. So by week 4, you were increasing the reps. You were building up every week, and then you went on to like a different plan. You had all these different plans, 15 reps, and then we changed them again. They went up. So we trained progressively, and we were keeping a record of everything that you were doing. And obviously, Billy, you weren't as good at tracking it, so we kind of followed Lesley's, because Lesley was good at. I should have got Lesley's stats up there actually.
No, you're all right.
I'll just. But Lesley's stats were she was completing it every week, so they're making sure that you were doing that progression, because that's key. So, like I say, exercise is really important. I'm not saying it's like I would say for health, 50% is exercise. You need to move. Yeah, you know.
And both of us are in a rubbishy job. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Both of us are in a kind of job like. He's sitting all day in a taxi. I'm sitting at a desk normally at a computer. So we've not got active jobs. So it's quite difficult to keep your energy. You know, keep exercising if you're just sitting. So you have to do something else. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. You've got to add discretionary activity. But it's interesting you say like the I mean, physical inactivity is killing more people than smoking. So whilst I'm saying 90% for weight loss, Billy, that's what I'm saying.
Aye, I mean,
right, for weight loss.
But you're the man.
See, for health, 50% is exercise. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You know, your health is you've got to get healthy and fit before you can start burning fat as well and losing weight as well. It's like folk want to lose weight first. I've heard folks, I want to lose the weight before I get fit. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense, because if you're fitter, you'll burn quicker.
Aye, that's right. Aye.
Just impatient.
So by building up every week, and starting at the bottom as opposed to going in from 0 to hero, is what a lot of people do. Is they start a regime and they go, right, I want to lose the weight, and within 2 weeks you're knackered because you've done too much and you're burnt out and you're back to square one again. And I'm sure your brother Mark Samuel, is it? Yeah. I'm sure he'll agree that he'll pace himself when he does his marathons. He's not going to go running right out in the marathon and go, I'm off. He'll be quite clever and think, I'm going to hold back a wee bit. I'm going to save myself. But at the end of my race, I'm going to go for it. And because I've saved myself. And I think that's a great approach. You know, and I'm a great believer in slow and steady wins a race. So for people watching this, because another person inquired, and she was like, oh my God, is this like a boot camp? And I'm like, no, this is not a boot camp. It's completely not a boot camp. This is about changing your lifestyle, changing your health, making the better choices. So
maybe people think it's like a boot camp because they're seeing the result, like the transformation pictures. It maybe makes them think, oh well, you must be like running about crazy sort of thing. But it's
for health, 50%. I think you need to switch your phone off, Billy. I think you've got on.
It's just.
Small. I was just trying to see how many folk were watching, pal.
How many folk are watching now?
I reckon that's what I'm just trying to see.
You start to hear. I'll start to hear my voice twice. I'll be like, oh no.
Right, anyway.
Hey, what was I saying anyway? Aye.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, what you were saying there, Lesley. Talk a bit more about that. I quite like what you just said there about like. I want people to know this isn't like a thing you've got to go hell for leather.
It's as you say, slow and steady, like every day. Just I can't even explain how quite easy it is. It's just It's simple stuff. It's
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah. Like
eat
to me,
healthily and exercise.
yeah, to me, the incremental exercise isn't rocket science, really, is it? When you think about it, it's like, yeah, okay, week 1, 10 reps, week 2, 15 reps, week 3. That makes sense.
Yeah, and again, because we were doing it together, it was encouraging each other to do it as well. Eh? Do you like what?
Fantastic.
So
So let's. I want you to ask you guys then, what advice then would you give to anybody then tonight that's watching this?
sign up.
Following your to sign up.
By the way, she's 100% right. Now, we've had a talk before we came live and that, and for our health and for your mind up here, I mean, we were up for doing it, and you've got to be in a place where you have to want to do it.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for it. So it's, I mean, it's, and the results, as people can see, that's literally 3 months and 24 inches.
Camera doesn't lie.
24 inches, I think 15 or 16 inches. Liz has lost, all right, we've lost weight and we're feeling amazing now. And we're still a wee weekend, we've still got a bit to go.
We reckon Christmas is like we want to be in Target by Christmas.
Fantastic. And I'm building loads of retention systems we're talking about as well, because I think this is what I'd like to see is different. Like, I asked the question, what was different about this? And for me, what I think is different about this is that it's personalised.
Oh, definitely.
So, like, I don't look after 100 people. I don't look after 150. In fact, I was looking through my retention plans today, and I'm looking after right now about 30 people at the moment. And I don't want to be having 100 people to look after. So I am looking for my next 5 couples to take on board this plan. And I'm not looking for 100 people because it's personalised. If I had 100 people, I wouldn't be able to provide the same daily support where I'm responding to your concerns. If you're stuck with anything, I'm there. I'm on the end of a phone. I can help. We've got the training app. We've got the daily nutrition. You're giving me that every day. So that's kind of what I would say is different about this to maybe what you guys have done before.
Oh, we've never done
I've never done anything like this before, Daniel.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of people are like with the online, you know, in terms of like this is better because it is daily. Whereas like I'm going to go back to, I mean, I'm a personal trainer myself and I'm based at a gym and I am going back to the gym, by the way, as well, once per week. But with the gym, it's a 1 hour session. You get me for 1 hour. I put you through your paces and I'll shout at you. I'll go, maybe not shout at you because I'm not like that. I'm kind of, come on, more, let's go, you know. Encouraging, yeah. But you're only paying for that 10%. The other 90% is what you do outside the gym. You know, so I normally ask my celebrity guests a surprise question. So, Lesley, I'm going to ask you a question first. What would you say to your younger self?
Never let yourself get in that state again. That's a tricky question. Let me think about it.
Well, that's quite that was quite a good answer. I thought that was a good answer. Like, you didn't let yourself go again. Yeah, I think that's a brilliant answer.
But that's all right sitting here saying that. But when things happen, like losing your dad and losing your mum, bearing in mind the build up to that. I mean, they were in a care home and then into the hospital. Then they keep too clever. So there was no time. I mean, Lesley was working, doing a full-time job, coming home, doing the dinners, going down on a Friday night. So Ken, it was they came first.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I would say, don't repeat that kind of mistake.
You're not looking after yourself.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, I'll always say to people, by the way, if you can't look after yourself, then how can you look after anybody else?
But you're the only person that can. So
Absolutely.
You've got to look after yourself. Yep.
100%. You know, I like what you say, Billy. I appreciate that as well, because like, I work with loads of clients who lose their mums, lose their, you know, you guys are the range that I work with. I've been working with you guys for 20 years. It's like, you know, this isn't new to me. You know, I've got a lot of clients whose parents are getting older and they're at that age where they're
Just need time for themselves.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it is about making that time for yourself, you know, because like I'll always argue with people that will say like, well, how can you look after? It's like going on a plane. I use the analogy of the plane all the time. The plane's going down, the masks come down. Who do you put the mask on first? You
Yourself.
or your daughter?
Well, you're supposed to do yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't, then how can you then? What if your daughter's unconscious? How are you then going to save her if you're unconscious?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
It does make sense. So that was a good answer. Look after yourself. Go back. You know, don't let yourself go back to that again. That's a great answer. It's a brilliant. I think it's awesome. I think, you know, good on you. You know, well done. Amazing. That's inspiring me. That's quite emotional. That's like really deep, you know. And you're right. Things with this plan, we go deep. This isn't like a wee surface cover over the surface. You know, be prepared.
Oh, I know.
Be prepared to go there. You know, because we need to address issues and start putting yourself first. So, great answer, Billy. This one for you. So, if you were God for the day, Billy, what would you?
What would you?
Testimonial Rangers.
If I was God for me, I would. Well, I was watching a programme earlier on, the Sky Sports earlier on, and they interviewed the guy that used to do the commentary, and bloody hell, what's his name?
Oh, man.
Anyway, can't mind his name now. And he's just walked. He's got Parkinson's. My granny died of Parkinson's.
Wow.
But cancer, for me, I've lost so many family members with cancer and friends with cancer. So I would like to find a cure for that and Parkinson's.
Wow.
And probably
Disease.
Oh, the diseases, aye.
Wow. That's an amazing answer. Like, you know, and I never prepared this. I just come out with these questions. You weren't expecting this question, but the Parkinson's one's pretty close to me as well, Billy. This year, I actually lost a client to Parkinson's.
Oh.
Yeah. He died in, I think around about, it was February, he died, February, March. It was just before the kind of COVID struck. I trained him in the gym for 5 years. Twice per week he would come and see me. It was in his 70s. This guy was inspirational. In fact, he was actually a professor in geriatric medicine. So all his case studies, the guy was a legend. All his case studies were done on strengthening conditioning in the elderly. And I'm talking like he was a professor. He was like, this guy was a legend, complete utter legend. Like, he's in all the books, all the sports books. He's the guy that actually done the science behind it. And he proved examples that you can be just as fit at 80 as you can be at 40. There's a guy I train in Banningtons with who does my photography work, actually. In fact, recently done my photography. He's 81 now, John Clements, good guy. I trained him last year and I was lifting the same as John. Wow. He's that fit. So age is no barrier. And, you know, the Parkinson's is I trained him with the Parkinson's. In fact, even in January, I've got records of him doing 10 kilometres on the bike and never gave up. He kept going. And that's what I admired about him. It's like, this guy was coming in with Parkinson's twice a week and he never gave up. Because he knew, it's a bit ironic because he knew that that strengthening conditioning would help his condition. And it helped to maintain his muscle. So because he fell a lot, he used to have falls all the time. He would have falls. And like one time he fell in the gym, I was just like, come on, let's just get up. Nobody's seen us, keep going. But he didn't want to make a big deal out of it. He just wanted to keep going. So that's that's an amazing answer. Like I thought I'd go on about my wee story because it's quite
It was just because I seen that earlier on in the.
Dave Martin.
Yeah?
Dave Clark, sorry.
Dave Clark, aye, Dave Clark.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just walked from one side of Britain to the other side.
Wow.
What did I say? How many miles it was? 94 miles.
Wow. Wow.
Well, he's just walked with Parkinson's, and he said that folk are stopping and give him a £5 or a £10, just darts fans, darts fans, and he's raised over 30 odd grand.
See if you go back my Facebook page about a year, you'll see Archie. You'll see pictures of Archie. I've done videos on. We used to box twice a week. He would come in and see me. His wife, I actually contacted his wife today because I haven't spoke to her for a while, and I just dropped her a message just like, how are you getting on? I was actually going to try and get her in to do like a live interview because she's a doctor. She's a doctor that specialises in later life care. So she actually is an exercise professional that works with people that have had strokes, heart attacks. She's actually got I've got a qualification in exercise referral, so I work with doctors. And the qualification, she actually wrote the manual. Another legend. So you might see her video inside here, and I'm hoping she's going to agree to it. I'm planning on asking her because I really want to talk about Archie because he obviously passed away in the COVID. He wasn't really allowed to have a kind of proper funeral, and we've not really had there's been a couple of obituaries put on Twitter and stuff, but we've not done I'm just wondering, is there going to be like a kind of celebration of his life kind of thing, like, you know, because I worked with him for 5 years, and but my point was is that it was just so inspirational coming in, and it just shows you like, and I've got a client that's got dementia, 82. Nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
Nothing's. That's it. Nothing's. I've got Mary coming in. She was in the gym in January. 82-year-old. She's got dementia. Her husband, 78, comes and sees me on a Friday. Boy's as fit as a fiddle. Like, because he keeps going. This is something you've got to do forever. It's not something you just do for 12 weeks. You know, we'll be doing training when we're 80, Billy, Ken. You have to. Yeah. You've got to keep going. So. My granny was cycling in her 90s.
You said that to us.
Yeah. Anyway,
the old generations, though, wasn't
it? Let's have a look at some of the questions and see if anybody's actually asked any questions. So I feel like we've kind of been blethering on for this. Has been like the longest video we've ever done. Let's have a look. Is there any questions? My God, there's 27 comments. So Claire said amazing. Claire Louise Duncan, amazing. Your half brother, you'll be ready for a marathon. That's a great achievement, Billy and Lesley. Susan Smith, well done. Kenneth Grant Ainsley, 38 people. Don't know what he means by that.
Oh, how many people are watching?
Oh, right.
So many
when
people
you asked him when he was watching,
he's answered 38. Right.
There'll be hundreds afterwards, though, Billy. Like, you know, once we share it on your page, it'll be like, you know, this is going to go viral. Shona McCombs went, "Oh my God, I'm sure you don't shout, Dan." Don Watson said, "Defo put yourself first. Then you can look after others." Great interview, well done. Natty Brown, amazing answer, BJ. With your what you would change if you were God for a day. That's amazing. You know, Andy said the same as well. In person, there's a real buzz about the Greys right now. That money can't buy. Well done. Yep, no other questions. Anybody got any other questions before we wrap up? Have you got any other questions, guys?
That's what I was going to say, though. If anybody did want to contact us to ask more about it or any questions, we're quite happy to help anybody.
Brilliant. Perfect.
Because it's been a nice wee journey, and it's going to continue.
100%. And I think that's the key, is that you've now got the tools and the skills. And like I say, I was actually chatting to one of my coaches today, because I get mentorship as well in my business, and I've invested loads into this business. And I was chatting to my coach today because we were talking about the family, and I was like, how do I get that kind of message out there that, like, I'm a family run, we're a family run business? He said to me, it doesn't sell. He says, but it's a wee nice thing, and it's like nice, you know, like folk think, oh, family business, you know. But yeah,
No, it's good.
it's not just me. My wife is in the team, and my son. He's actually starting. He got a student card today. He starts an apprenticeship with Momentum NRG Fitness. So he does a lot of my technical stuff and my social media advertising and all that kind of. The guy's a whiz kid, like, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him and my wife as well supporting.
Aye, that's what it's all about. Support. It's just like us doing the plan.
Yeah. And you've done that with business as well. We've talked about that, Billy, with your business and stuff. You know that you have built a business together, a successful business together. And I'm going to be getting I'll be getting a poster of you for you can put in the back of your taxis with a picture of you in the back.
Oh, dear me, man.
Someone.
But my point is the journey's not going to end with us. That we're going to be in regular contact with you. And there's a couple of things that we're working on behind the scenes right now with our coaches in terms of retention, in terms of following up and continuing to support you for the rest of your life. That's our mission, is to continue that journey so that once our clients have completed their 12 weeks, that they're going to get a continued support. So you will, like I say, I was messaging people that were in my program months ago today, and I'll keep doing that. Checking up, how's it going? How are you winning? You know, I want to be interviewing you at Christmas time, and
Definitely
to everybody that's watching this tonight that this isn't a one-off, that this is a long-term plan, that when we come to December, we're going to be coming back on board. You're going to be lighter, you're going to be fitter, you're going to be stronger, and you're going to be in a better position.
Might shoot my picture then.
Yeah, great. Listen, I've got clients that do that though. Like I've got clients that this can take up to 6. Like lifestyle change can it takes a year. It takes a year because once you get the results, you've then got to reset your new weight point. That takes 9 months. We talked about that on week 1, set point theory. If you remember,
that's right. Aye.
That was the set you've got to readjust your weight. And once you then it takes you 9 months to reset it. That's why diets don't work. People, they lose it, goes back on, they lose it, it goes back on. So you've got to be realistic that this is 12 months. You know, 12 months. Anyway, have you got any other questions?
No, we're good.
I was just seeing if anybody had Aileen and Scott Halliday's watching.
But anybody can private mail us if they want to.
Viv Donaldson, Lesley, I could maybe walk with you. Liam Rowley's watching. Fema Harry. Amazing, well done, guys.
But I'm happy to answer any questions.
I'm just trying to see if I can see. I'm going to try and see if I could actually. I really wanted to kind of try and tag you in on it. That would have been better because then it would have been like. I bet I can figure out how to do it now. Maybe I need to figure out how to actually edit live video. Let's see if that works. Can I think for the future it would be quite good for me to.
You should have got the lad up and done this first.
Okay, I know. Really, probably should have done. Really, you know, it would have been a lot easier if I just got him to. I think I'll figure that out for the next time. But my plan was to stream it on both, so I'll learn how to do. I'll learn how to do that. Like every day's a school day. Eh? So listen, guys. I'm sending your t-shirt. Don't look back. You're not going that way. Go forward and help with Momentum NRG. Have a great time, guys.
Brilliant. Thanks for all your help.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, guys. Excellent.
Cheers.
Brilliant.